Okay, I'm starting recording now. So as before, I'll put the corrected letter files in Easy Class. You can access those if you are a member. If you are a subscriber, you can access those. And I'll put a link to the video in Easy Class also. Okay. Now, I was just reading somebody was making some comments on Telegram. As you might have guessed, I was not impressed. So I hope we won't get any of that kind of nonsense again, because it doesn't really put me in a good mood and make me want to spend my time in such a way. So let's have no more of that. Okay, that being said, let's get on with it. I'm going to do a screen share now. Okay, Ms Garcia. Right, let me just sort this out. Okay, can you see this now? Can you see the letter on your screen? Yeah? Can you see the letters? Let me just drag this over here. You can see this. Okay, right, let's get on with it then. So I'll save the changes. I don't know if anybody is here who sent me a letter. I don't know if this is Muzanna. Is it the same as Muzna? Is it the same? Is it the same person or a different person? I don't know. People keep using different names or variations of their names on Telegram, on Zoom, different spellings. As I've said before, sometimes it can be confusing. Anyway, so this is one about Ms Garcia. Let's just quickly remind ourselves. Now, someone was asking a question earlier in Telegram saying, what's the difference between a referral letter and a discharge letter? Is there such a thing as an update letter? Well, you should always go to the task at first. What I don't like and what the examiners don't like is when people use generic expressions all the time. I am writing to refer for your assessment and management. And some people, oops, let me just turn off this. Some people use those for every letter, every single letter. They use the same hackneyed, cliched, memorized expressions, and that's not good. Not if you want to get a good score. In any case, that's not what we want to be doing. So, what verbs, what's the language in the task? And that's what we have to look at. Okay, well, here, so we want to update. Yeah, so the doctor who you are writing to, so you work in the emergency department, yeah, and they sent you Miss Garcia, and you have to refer her back to her GP and update. Is it he, she? I don't know. Whoever, and you have to update the doctor with what you found, how you treated her, etc. Yeah. So always go to the task first. What language does the task use? Well, here it says update, so you can use that. Use that verb. Dear Dr. So-and-so, I'm writing to update you on the condition of Miss Garcia, etc. Yeah. So it's always a good idea to get straight in, right? Your reason for writing a letter, get it in the introductory sentence. Don't use the same expressions, the same cliched crap. Everybody, I'm writing to refer for your management assessment. Everybody does it. It's memorized. That's not what the examiners want. Okay. So let's have a look at this. I'm writing with something too. Now look, you see, that's good. Update you about the condition. Management. Now, management, how are you updating about that? Because you've treated her. Okay, so who is going to manage it? It says update about the condition. Management by whom? By you, or the management that you expect the GP to do in the future? Because we've got possible follow-up. Now, we don't have to say in the future, because if you follow up, then naturally it comes after this. So obviously it's in the future. Yeah. So we don't really need that, because, you know, it is in the future. So we don't really need that. And management, who is going to do this? Are you going to, is it about you, how you managed her, or is it about what you want them to manage for her in the future? That's not so clear. I'm not so sure as to what that refers to, so best take it out. Who had been diagnosed, or who has been, well, I suppose we could use past perfect passive there. There's a case of bacterial meningitis. Now, now, okay, right. The doctor knows this. Why have you told? Why are you telling the doctor what they know? Ms Garcia was referred by you. Why are you telling the doctor what they know? So, you know, why not say Ms Garcia was admitted, Miss Garcia came to the emergency, etc. Yeah, because that doesn't really make any sense, because, you know, that's who we are writing to. So okay, I will change that. I think she had complained, or she was complaining of a headache, excessive skin bruising, pain in the joints. In her joint on that examination, bruising on left area of what? Left area of what? Well, firstly, we need an article. On left area of what? And the rash does not been able to touch her chin to her chest. Okay. Consequently, some tests were done. Now, you can use done, but I don't like done. It's not very formal. There are better verbs. And again, don't forget, this is an English test, right? The clue is in the title, you know, the E in OET. So you have to show a good range of grammar and vocabulary. Yeah. So instead of done, you could say were carried out, were conducted. That's better than saying were done. Yeah. So we could say carried out, were conducted. That's better. Bit more formal too, right? A little bit more formal. So I would have a look at that. So white self putting on the picture, results of a test. The results of the tests, or the test results, might be better there. The results of a test, or the test results showed white cell count sign building function of the recipe at level, pending the results of lumbar of a puncture culture. Following microscopic and culture mark puncture, which would be known as nice. Ms Garcia don't need that period, and if you are going to use them, you have to be requested. What for? What some tests were? Well, you can say you requested some tests, but you requested the test, and now you want to say about the results. So, you know, carried out, conducted, you know, requested, you could say. My only point is that if you say done, it's not very formal. Yeah, it's quite informal, in fact. And there are better verbs that you could use. Again, it's an English test. You have to show that your grammar and vocabulary are good. Okay, anyway, she's also, why are you using present perfect there? So you're using the simple past there. Miss Garcia received injection of, or injections of, for 5 days, as well as, yeah, so instead of having a short separate sentence, why not join it? And instead of using present perfect, which we don't need because we've already established when this occurred. So Ms Garcia received injections for 5 days, as well as steroid injections for 4 days. She has responded to treatment and is, don't forget your auxiliary verbs, and is recovering well. I also discussed what? Now you could say I also spoke to the family regarding their immunization, but if you discuss, that doesn't quite work. So I also discussed with the family their immunization. So we've got two verbs here, and you've got to be careful because it doesn't quite make perfect sense. So you say, I also spoke to the family. I also discussed with the family their immunization. But I would reword that because that doesn't quite work. Okay. Considering her diagnosis, I suggest family context should be educated about this condition. Well, you discussed it with them, so advice medical helping is symptoms of antibiotics. Okay. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so it's just a couple of minor changes to make it a little better. It's good enough for the B, but why take a chance? Try and do the best job that you possibly can. Okay, so not too bad. Who do we have here? Joseph. Is Joseph here? Is he here? Doesn't look like it. Well, I'll do it. You can watch this video later. So I'm writing this letter. Well, we know it's a letter. You don't have to say it to update you regarding the condition of Ms Garcia, who's scheduled with discharge today, making a full recovery from bacterial meningitis. Okay. Initially, Ms Garcia was in the emergency department with the complaints of painful stiff joints and bruising. Further discussions revealed she had headache, neck stiffness, and rash, and a rash, because rash is countable. On examinations, bruises on the left arm, petechia in the abdomen, and both legs, blood tests, which were ordered. This is good so far. This sentence looks a little bit long. I don't know if we need to include all that, but okay. And I don't know if we need to include all. So there's quite a bit of jargon here, and we could probably not use all this stuff. You could just say results of a test showed, etc. We don't really need to go into that amount of detail unless it's absolutely vital to the story. Okay. I should change this. That's a culture review. So there's quite a lot of jargon there. Now, you know what E2 swoosh OET online say, if absolutely necessary, then yes, but it's quite a lot of jargon there. So I'll try and cut that down a bit. Review the above, Mr. Hey, who? Isn't it Miss? Miss Garcia. Now we need a possessive Miss Garcia's condition. Reads quite for care and support. Diagnosis. Commanding attention. Signs. And then it signs of an unexplained. What? Well, I don't know why Miss Garcia needs to be Miss Garcia's family. Maybe if that's what you mean, because that makes perfect sense. But just saying Miss Garcia and unexplained what? So not quite sure there. So that's not too bad. Not too bad, Joseph. But watch for jargon. Quite a lot of it there. And some points are not so clear. I'm not quite sure what that refers to, but in general, not too bad. Not too bad. Asma. Don't know if she's here. I don't know. Let's have a look at this one. Isobel. Oh. Why do we have several different spellings here? Miss Garcia. All right. So Miss Garcia. Now whose is possessive, right? Whose letter is this? Whose letter am I reading? A possessive. So who is being discharged? But it doesn't strictly say discharge, so you know. Now someone was asking this earlier, saying, you know, is it a discharge? Should I put that? Again, as I said, you know, go to the task, match the language of the task. The language of the task says update. So to avoid any possible miscarriage or misinterpretation, say updated. Yeah, if it doesn't say discharge, though, because I don't know from the case notes if that is the case, but still, you can say updated. I'm writing to request for Ms Garcia. Hang on. Request what? So request what exactly do you want from Ms Garcia? Who's being right? So I'm writing to request what for Ms Garcia? We don't know. So who is being discharged? I can show okay, but it's an update. She recovered well, but I would like you to follow up on what? So if you follow up, you have to follow up on something. So what do you want me to follow up on? We don't know. So that introduction straight away is going to pull things down a little bit. Okay, Miss Gracie, Miss Garcia, presented in the department, company headache, license, and control status. Upon examination, she has a particular rash. Now, okay. Is this being written on the same day? I'm not sure. Is it being written on the same day? She came in on the 23rd, and it's the 23rd. You've got the results of the test. Again, this is not so clear. There's no date here, so I don't know if this is on the same day, which would tell me what tense we need to use. So again, that's not so good. But anyway, she has. I'm gonna be tempted to say had particular rash under my legs. I requested for. Well, you don't request. You can make a request for something, but it's usually followed. I requested an, or because we usually need a noun. I requested for LFTZ. And another thing, we're always told, you know, don't use abbreviations. You're supposed to spell things out at first, right? When you can use abbreviations afterwards. Yeah. So instead of putting these, you should spell them out first. Puncture, protein, lumbar, puncture tests. The test results showed increase in white cell, representing protein linked to bacterial meningitis, course. Why is that past perfect? Had started. Well, first, right, we need an article there. A specific course, antibiotics, had started. Now, we can't use had started because that implies they started by themselves. And that's not true, is it? So, were started, she was started on, I started her on, but they don't start themselves. So that's no good. We need to, I don't know how you want to do that, but that needs some changing. And if that's a period, then this should be capitalized. She responded well to treatment and the condition was also, again, why is that a passive? Condition was improved by whom? Her condition improved, but you wouldn't usually use it passive. You know, her condition was also improved by what? By whom? Who or what is the agency? So don't use passive there. Her condition improved. Okay, in terms of social medical history, why do we, why, why do you think the GP needs to know this? And if he's her GP, he should know this anyway. Yeah, you know, he referred her to you, you treated her, and you're updating him about her condition. So he doesn't need this. He either knows it or it's unimportant. So don't need that at all. Get rid of it. A discussion was done. Well, why is it a discussion was done? Can you do a discussion? That's not the right. That's not the right verb, is it? We had. You can have a discussion, but you can't do a discussion. So the discussion was had, or we had a discussion. You don't have to make it passive. Family and a. So a random department. No, the department. There's only one of health was also informed. Make that a capital. In view of the above, Miss Gracie recovered well. So in view of the above, what? In view of the above what? Miss Gracie recovered well. So that it doesn't fit. In view of the above, what? In view of the what? In view of this? In view of this? How is that connected? So that doesn't work either. Okay. Miss Gracie recovered well, or probably present perfect, has recovered well. So I would appreciate your ongoing care. Should you require further information? Okay. So I'm not going to spend any more time on this one. Suffice it to say, it does need a little attention, shall we say. Okay. The structure, the layout needs some work. Requesting what, for whom, missing parts. We're not sure what is going on. So, yeah, that does need a bit of attention there. Okay, what have we got here? Dr. Sarah. Is she here? There's only 7 people here. This is not so good. My incentive and motivation is rapidly diminishing. There's only 7 people here. And who was that guy in Telegram asking why I'm not holding these every day? Well, if nobody's coming, then I'm not going to. I've got other things I can be spending my time on. Anyway, that aside, I might do, well, he's had Y on. Is that the same guy? Why is that the same guy? I don't know why he's got 2. Strange. Anyway, we'll have a look at this one at letter 4, and then we'll see. Okay, I'm writing to, right, good. Right, I'm writing to update you on the condition, about condition of Ms Garcia. It's been, that's good, very good. All right, straight to the point. I want you to do this. I'm telling you this. This is what I want. That's good. Okay, today's consultation, Ms Garcia, was presented. Why is that passive? Why is that passive? Was presented by whom? So, no passive. The 7-day history of painful stiff joints were associated with headaches. You probably don't need to spell out photophobia. If you're a doctor, you should really know what photophobia means. And a rash. Okay. On the examination, they touch a chin to her chest, to the chest, to whose chest. Like supine to that was a particular rash or a particular rash. The abdomen and legs, on bruises on the left arm, what's about this? Good. You see, you spell it out first, yeah. That's good. Now, yeah, not too bad. Later, blood test and puncture results given treatment, please note prescribed specific appeared. Notified the case, human services, family stabilization. Follow Ms Garcia. Normal signs provided access to a close contacts. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Not going to comment any further. That one is excellent. Very good. So the only thing I would say, that shouldn't be passive. So that introduction is good. Okay. That shouldn't be passive. That should be active. We don't really need to spell it out because we should really know what photophobia means. And a rash, so we need an article there. We need a pronoun in front of the chest, indefinite article there. And I think that would do the job. That's pretty good. Pretty good, not bad indeed. I don't know why that's here twice, unless there's two with the same name. I don't think so. I think it's only one. So, well, I'm not going to do two by the same person. That's taking the piss. If you want personal stuff, then try the premium service. Dr. Shady, is he here? Shady, are you here? No, he isn't. Okay, well, I'll finish this, then I'll open up to questions, if any. Okay, I want to update you. Very good. Ms. Garcia, successfully. Isn't that exactly the same? Why is that exactly? Why is this identical? Why is this letter identical? Dr. Shady's letter is identical to this one. Why is that? So we've got one here. Well, maybe Joseph made some error in what? Something happened to the screen. Well, there's nothing happened to the screen here. I can see it perfectly. Hang on, let me try again. I'll do a screen share again. What can you see now? What can you see now? Yeah? Well, that's kind of strange because it was working. Anyway, so some mistake here because this letter is identical to the one that I've just assessed. So there's no point in me assessing it twice because it's exactly the same. I don't know why that should be. The condition Ms. Garcia, and he's had one done. I'm not doing two for the same person, and that's identical. So something amiss there. Anyway, that being said, not so bad, not so bad. Now, anybody got any questions about anything? You want to, I can turn your microphone on, you can ask some questions, you can type if you like. Anybody got any questions? If not, I'll be on my way. Anybody got any questions? No, okay, right. I'll be off then. So I'll be in Telegram for a while. I'm going to put the letter corrections into Easy Class. I'm going to sort it out, take out those duplicates, put the file in Easy Class, and I'll put the video link in Easy Class also. Okay, so I don't know what we'll be doing in the future. We probably will be having some speaking sessions. There should be a speaking session today. I don't know who usually conducts that, but there's usually a speaking session every day. I think it's the same guy. Well, guy, I don't know. I think it's the same person. So anyway, I'm going to put these files in Easy Class, and I'll see you in Telegram